Hi, I'm Dee, and welcome to Dee Gardener, the channel that tells you all about growing your own food. It's about planting, it's about growing vegetables, it's about using your vegetables, and how to actually cook dishes with the stuff that you grow. This channel is all about tips and tricks and teaching you the best of the best, but this was an absolute failure. I decided to plant some microgreens. These are wheat grass microgreens, and I made a bunch of mistakes. First of all, I just want to point out that I sowed about 33 grams of microgreen seeds. I think about 40% or maybe even less, 20% of the seeds actually germinated and grew to where you can actually use it in a dish. Mind you, I've never tasted microgreens before, or I've never tasted these wheat grass microgreens before. So I was actually like looking forward to trying them and tasting them and using them in dishes like bread or whatever. But I didn't grow enough. This looks like a very bald man's head, right? No offense, but I can literally see through the grass. I can still see the camera. So, that doesn't help at all. It started to go wrong even before I sown any seeds. It helps if you read the seed packaging. It really helps. I thought I knew it all, as I do usually, and I didn't know that you have to soak the seeds for at least 12 hours before you plant them. So I got my seeds from Living Seeds, which is a fantastic company. I love this company. I buy all my microgreen seeds from them, and I think soon I'll buy different types of seeds as well. But yeah, so they've got clear instructions at the back of how you plant the stuff, which I didn't do. I didn't read it, and now that's why I am looking at this very sad, pale looking, disgusting tray of dry grass. It's dry grass. Just it might as well just be. The second thing I think I did wrong was I think I sowed them too densely packed, because over here, and they're very unequal, because over here there's not much seeds, and over here there's like clustering of seeds, and they're even falling out of the tray as I'm speaking. So I think I didn't sow them properly, or I didn't even them out before I put on the weight or covered them. So I think that's something that I did wrong as well. Um, Another thing is I think the soil wasn't right. So this is normal germination mix that I bought. It's got cocoa peat in it, which is perfect for microgreens. But if you can look closely, I'll show you now. The soil isn't fine enough. It's got large chunks like this. It's got large chunks like this in it. And I think the seeds just really struggled to actually push the hard parts or the bigger parts away so that they can actually break the surface and start to grow. The third thing that I did wrong was I am an extremely inquisitive person, and I couldn't leave the seed trays alone. So I'm the type of guy that I lifted up this seed tray that was on top of this maybe twice a day, and yeah, I think I disturbed them too much. I gave them way too much light at the start. So you have to put these seeds in a dark out phase first before they germinate. It actually says here on the back that you should have a blackout phase for 24 to 48 hours. I did do that, but the amount of times I lifted up the tray to see if it's working, I think that just ruined the whole process from the start, actually. Fourth thing that I think didn't help the whole process was the drainage holes in the tray itself. This isn't a bought microgreen tray. This is actually just a normal food tray or a food packaging bowl or whatever, that I drilled some holes in, but I think the holes were too tiny. I hope it doesn't fall out. If you can see, that's not enough. I don't think that was enough drainage holes, because when you water these microgreens, you do water them from the bottom. So you would take another bowl, a bigger bowl, and you would fill it up with water, and then you would place this in the bowl so that the water can come from the bottom and actually seep into the soil so that the roots can take up the water. But I don't think the holes were big enough, so I think they were a bit dehydrated, and I think that didn't help the whole process. Then the last thing is the lights. I placed these under grow lights. They are normal grow lights with the blue UV light, and I went away for the weekend and I forgot about them. So they went 3 days without any sunshine or any light to actually help them grow. So I think um, that hindered the growth a lot. That's why they didn't germinate as planned. But yeah, actually, if you think about it, 3 days without any light, and they still kind of look like this. I mean, this one is long. This is a nice one. This is not bad. I haven't really tried them, and I don't think you can get the taste just by eating one or two. So I'm gonna quickly snip this off, and I'm gonna have a handful and then give my review. One of the biggest reasons why I decided to do wheatgrass is they are actually one of the few microgreens that can regrow. Um, Most of the microgreens that you harvest, as soon as you harvest them one time, then that's kind of it. You have to get rid of the soil and you have to start all over again. But the wheatgrass, you can actually harvest 2 or 3 times because they regrow. So I'm going to keep this tray, even though this is the worst tray possible. But I'm going to keep this tray, and this will be my little taster. And hopefully I will do another video on how to do it properly. I will do it from the soaking until the harvesting. What I wanted to do with the wheatgrass is actually use it in bread. I'm planning on doing another video on making your own sourdough bread. And I rate that wheatgrass is a good addition to any bread. So I was thinking of using it in my bread, but this is not gonna cut it. I think I'll maybe get not even like 3 slices from this wheatgrass, but I'll do another video where I do the whole process from the beginning to the end. That's what this whole channel is about. This whole channel is about going back to our roots, going back to growing our own food, seeing the whole process of harvesting it, and then actually using it in our dishes and cooking some delicious food with it. So when you do harvest, I think it's pretty straightforward. You grab a bunch and you cut it off about 2 to 3 centimeters above the soil, and you should end up with something like this. Nice wheatgrass. As I said, I've never eaten wheatgrass before, so I'm quite eager and excited to try out these wheatgrass microgreens. And we are done. That's the whole full harvest. That went a lot quicker than I thought. So out of that whole tray, this is how much I actually got. That is embarrassing to say the least, but I'm gonna have a taste nonetheless. Alright, so here we go. I'm gonna test it out. This is microgreen wheatgrass. To be fair, it kind of looks like the stuff that you would take out of the wheat eater when you're done trimming the sides of the garden beds. But if there's a time to be a goat, it will probably be now. So let me have a taste. It's not great at the start. It becomes a bit sweeter. It's a little bit sweet. It's not pleasant at all, to be honest. You really, I think... No, I can't... No, I can't. I think you have to use it in other things. I don't think it's something you can eat just like this. I might be a real dumbass right now. There are probably billions of people that know how to do wheatgrass and how to use it. But this is what this channel is about. It's about testing everything out and seeing what works and what doesn't. I wouldn't eat it as is. I would definitely use it in a smoothie or in something like another dish. Maybe the bread. will work. It leaves a disgusting aftertaste. That is what I think a mouthful of kikuyu grass or allen grass might taste like. But it's healthy. I think it's healthy. Uh, it doesn't say that it's healthy. You could put it in rice as well. I think that might be a better idea. Oh, wheatgrass as a microgreen is typically juiced. Juiced. So that was my first attempt at wheatgrass microgreens. I've learned a lot. I will not be eating it as is anymore or ever again. I will be using it in different dishes. I will do a whole new video on how to grow it from soaking the seeds to harvesting it to making the bread and all of that. So yeah, tune in next time.